Red states have seen an absolute surge in road rage shootings. You might have seen these in the news. They're happening with more frequency, and researchers have been trying to figure out why are these becoming more common, and they think they've landed on something. So we're gonna get to that, but first, here is the rise in the overall shootings. Now, thankfully, mostly it's extra people being wounded between 2018 to now, the higher numbers in 2023. There are, in some years, more fatalities as well. But a chart can sometimes hide as much as it reveals. What you're seeing there is that in 2023, an angry driver shot someone in traffic in the US once every 18 hours. Every single day, someone got so mad about something that happened in the car that they took out a gun and shot a person. Not shot and missed, they actually hit someone. So it's actually kind of worse than it seems here. So why is this becoming more common? Well, you might wonder, why are you surprised by that? I mean, there's so much violence these days, and I've been trying to fight back against that narrative for a long time. No, actual violent crime is down over the past few years. This type is up though. Why would this be going up as overall violence is going down? Well, there are some ideas that legislation is actually contributing to this. So road rage incidents increased most in states that have enacted laws that allow people to carry concealed handguns without a permit, meaning that they don't have to go through the application for a license to carry a weapon. And this is something that gun rights groups have been lobbying for pretty hardcore. 29 states have now passed such laws. You don't have to have a license to just carry around a concealed handgun. And they would pretend, I guess, that there's no consequence to this. Well, we're discovering a potential consequence, which is when more and more people are just carrying a gun everywhere they go, when they lose it, there's more likely to be a gun around. And we all know how mad people get in traffic. Wouldn't it be better if maybe fewer of them could just pull out a pistol and start firing? Well, no, as of right now, it is becoming more common, and it doesn't seem as if there's any end to this trend, Brett. I find it concerning, particularly in LA traffic, where literally nobody knows how to drive. And even I find myself beat red with fury every once in a while. What do you make of this?
I have a different reason that these shootings
What's
on
that?
it's the Cybertrucks. It's that people are in Cybertrucks testing the unbreakable glass. So they're just shooting through the unbreakable glass and they incidentally kill people. No, I agree that there should be, like, you should need a license to carry a gun because it is very dangerous. And that's it. The car you're in, you needed a license for. Why don't you need a license for the gun, which is a more explicitly lethal device?
Yeah, I think. I mean, we've profiled some of the individual stories when they've happened. You'll have road rage where like a person gets mad at another car for cutting them off or whatever, and you'll have kids sitting in the back of the car, and their dad is murdered in front of them.
Yeah.
Like, why am I a crazy lib to say that should never happen and would never happen if people didn't carry guns with them everywhere they went? Like, I'm not saying it's physically impossible that you would get out of your car, pull a man out of his car away from his screaming children, and then beat him to death with your bare hands. But I think it's less likely. I don't think that's as likely to happen as you just taking out a gun and unloading on a car. And I know, I mean, I'm being sarcastic here, but we see the numbers, how casual people get when it's as easy as pulling a trigger. Why do we push for people to have more guns in more circumstances? It should not take academic research to get people to understand that when guns are around more people end up being shot. That's what guns are for. And that chart, that is what, like 100 people that were killed. That's 100 families that have been riven by this, 100 friend groups, 100 groups of colleagues and coworkers that have lost someone they love, and it was needless. And maybe 30 or 40 or 50 of them wouldn't died if this legislation had not been passed over the period of about a decade. Right. This is the effect of legislation.
It's like having, like, I guess the closest thing is like, when I get high at my house, and there are snacks, I eat the snacks. Mm-hmm. I eat so many, wherever I am, if I am high, I get hungry, I eat the snacks. Having a gun in your car is the same thing. because you're not going to be happy all the time. You're going to get mad. The way to avoid eating snacks when you're high at home is to either not get high at home or not have snacks in the house. The way to avoid shooting someone in a car is either not to drive or not to have a car with a gun in it, because you're gonna get mad, and in that scenario, you're gonna reach for that gun.
Yeah.
Like, don't do, it's just so bad.
Do you spend more time on your phone when your phone is near you or when it's nowhere near you? Like, again, this should not take thought experiments. This is obvious. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.